Hi, this is Mrs.C of Mrs.C's podcast for parents, teachers, and administrators. For those of you who were listening last season, we covered quite a bit of ground, and most of what we talked about was related to student learning, especially in this context of the coronavirus. We're not at home at the moment. Who knows what tomorrow will bring, but what we are going to continue to do is offer parents the support they need as the world changes, as the environment changes, as expectations for children in educational spaces changes, and actually as the pressure for the adults in those children's lives changes. Being a parent right now is extremely difficult. We all know about the high price of childcare. We know about the scarcity of really high quality programs. We know that we're faced with choosing free universal preschool programs versus private preschool programs, trying to figure out private school versus public school. Many parents are trying to wrestle with the idea of the income tax credits and how best to make sure that their children get the enrichment and learning that they need. On the other hand, teachers are also facing a crunch. We had an entire year and a half where frankly students did not learn. And if they did learn, they did not learn in the same way and at the same rate and with the same depth that they would have learned had they been in a physical space at school. So teachers are trying to figure out, do I catch them up? Do I respark the love of learning? What is it exactly that I do? Administrators are jockeying between all of these challenges, trying to figure out the best ways to accommodate parents, teachers, children, and all of the staff at their schools. Right now is really difficult. And I know from personal experience of talking with various teachers at all levels, pre-K all the way through college, people are really reconsidering being teachers and administrators. Parents are feeling frustrated and kids are disaffected with learning. But this season of Mrs.C's will cover a lot of ground that will help and support people through all of these challenges. With this season of Mrs.C's, we hope to give you all the support and help that you need so that you feel that you can be the best parent, teacher, or administrator that you possibly can. Aside from that, we're going to talk to quite a few experts who have depth of knowledge that goes beyond practical experience working with kids and in educational spaces. We're talking to people who've devoted an entire career to the research and exploration of what it means to be effective in those spaces of learning, teaching, and then also assessing students. This season, we're also going to try to get you to engage a little bit more. So this is a little bit of a plug for me where I can ask you, please make sure that you subscribe and send emails, send comments. When you hear the episode, be sure to leave comments so that we know what types of things you're thinking about as you're working with your kids. The whole point of this is to give people the support that they need as they help their children grow. And those are children of any age. My kids are 23 and 25, and they still are my children, even though they're not children. And so sometimes parents need support and help that goes a little beyond just the years of education, and we're here to help that as well. How kids pick colleges, how they find scholarships, and how they're going to pay for that education is really a challenge right now. So we're here to talk about and help support in whatever way we can, no matter what stage of parenting you find yourself. Mrs.C's is really meant to be a space for parents, for teachers, and for administrators. And it's one of the things that I do that I really enjoy. I love picking other educators' brains. I love talking with parents and helping problem solve. And I like collaborating with other administrators. So I want you to mark your calendars for our newest season that begins in August. So I'm not going to give you the specifics of when we're launching because I want you to hop on our website, which is www.oaktreelearningcenter.com. Click on Mrs.C's podcast, and there you will find updates with all the information about when our next season will be released. We have been recording all summer. We've talked to people who are experts in podcasting, and I am really excited about the people that I spoke to over this summer and then also into last spring. More importantly, though, I really want to hear some feedback from you and get some more ideas of what we can do to make this an even better experience and even more helpful to people. I've had I would say, the privilege of talking to people who listen to the podcast and have really appreciated the depth of knowledge that they are encountering when they listen to educators, parents, and administrators. And people have really enjoyed the depth of conversation and the learning that they've had listening to the podcast. We are all experiencing really similar things. And just like in school, when the teacher says, ask your question because it may be something someone else is asking. I want to encourage you to reach out to us with the questions you may have or things that you want to talk about. There's some challenges that are happening in our kids' lives, but then there's also some really nifty stuff happening. I'm watching kids who are school age students or school age who are going to the Olympics, who are going to college way before I ever thought about college, who are doing remarkable things in the world. So if you know of a student or if you know of a program that's doing something remarkable, I want to hear about that too, because that's news worth sharing. There's so many things that are weighing us down, and it would be great to hear from you with positive comments and with some feedback about some more things that you would like to hear. So again, stop by our website, www.oaktreelearningcenter.com, click on Mrs.C's, and find out all the information you need to join us for our next season. I cannot wait, and I look forward to chatting it up and chopping it up with you in the very near future.